Hi, I'm Shannon Caldwell, and I am the author of The Healing Season, How a Deadly Tornado Wrecked and Reshaped My Faith, and I'm also the morning show co-host on Family Life Radio. I'm a Yahweh yoga teacher, and a large part of my healing journey from when my mom and dad were killed in the tornado was yoga. Hold on, I'm going to pull this just a little bit closer if you don't mind, because I'm going to be saving this video and posting it on my YouTube. I found out that there was just not enough at all information out there about yoga for post-traumatic stress disorder. I had post-traumatic stress disorder when my mom and dad were killed in the tornado, and yoga was incredibly valuable to me as a healing tool. And I am so blessed to be invited to this Saturday teach a half-an-hour yoga flow to a group of about 30 Syrian refugee women. And I have been researching yoga for PTSD. And I'm finding very little information out there, like a lot, thankfully, for veterans and wounded warriors. But it seems like those flows are sort of specifically tailored to veterans and warriors. Lots of warrior poses, which is great. But you know what I'm saying? Like, teaching a group of Syrian refugee women is, I want to tailor it to them. And so I started to do a lot of research and haven't found an awful lot. So I've asked my friends, my wise yoga teacher community, their thoughts on different flows. And I'm leaning on what's been helpful to me and what my own research as far as healing is concerned in the body through yoga. And I am going to be practicing all week long on my Periscope 30-minute yoga flows until I find one that I feel like the Lord is saying, yes, please bring this to these Syrian refugee women. Cool? So I'm going to pop on this dress, if you don't mind, pardon me, but they are Syrian refugee women, and they are all going to be wearing dresses. I'm sure of it. So I'm going to just pop this on so that I can make sure that I can practice, that they can practice in what they're wearing. What do you say, baby girl? Oh, awesome. Praise God. Thank you so much. Well, I'm happy to be of service. I really hope it helps. And if it does, please let me know. And if you have any feedback, seriously, like hit me up on Facebook or whatever. All right. Can you hear me? Tap the screen if you can hear me. Thank you. Okay, can you still hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay, beautiful. All right, I am going to ask them and you, if you are joining me for this practice, to go ahead and take your shoes off. And I'm going to click this light off. Okay, I feel like that's a little better. All right, friends, sorry that I'm so far away. It is what it is, right? So, Lord, I just lift this up to you. I just ask for your wisdom to be with me, guide me, Lord, and teach me how to teach them. And Father, I just pray for these women. I just lift them up to you, that you would speak to their hearts, God. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so I'm assuming that it'll be a big deal to just ask them to take their shoes off. And so I'm going to. And we'll start in mountain pose. And so mountain pose, your feet are hip distance apart. Lift and spread your toes wide and place them down on your mat. And just breathe here. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Release your neck and shoulders. And feel your feet on the floor. Feel the ball of your foot pressing in. Feel the outside edge of your foot along your mat. Feel the arches lift. Feel each toe pressing down. Hug your muscles to your bones of your legs. Draw your navel towards your spine. As you inhale, grow tall through the crown of your head. As you exhale, your shoulders draw down your back. Turn your palms facing forward. And just focus on your breath. Feeling your feet on the mat. Is there one foot that you're putting more pressure into? Transferring the weight between your feet until you find center, the place of ease. Each inhale growing taller. Each exhale releasing your shoulders and neck. Breathing peace into your heart. Just stay with your breath. Good. Couple more breaths. Excellent. Exhale and release. Just shake it out. Just shake your legs. Go ahead and grab your chair. And have a seat. I think I'm going to slide up here closer to you so I can see you better. Is that okay? Yeah. All right, cool. So go ahead and grab your chair. And just in the same way that you practiced keeping contact with your feet on the floor, do that again here in your chair. So allow your leg bones to just come straight out of your hips, forward. Plant your feet on the floor and feel your toes. Feel the balls of your feet pressing into your mat, arches, lift. Go ahead and take your right hand to your heart, your left hand to your belly. Take a nice deep inhale. Fill your lungs with air and feel your right hand lift. Continuing to inhale into your belly, you'll feel your left hand lift, ribs expand. Hold at full for just a moment. Draw your navel toward your spine as you exhale. Your left hand draws down, then your right hand. Good. So stay with your breath here. Just stay with your breath and feel your feet on your floor or mat. Let's take 5 intentional breaths. Good. Very common self-soothing technique. Grounding and focusing. Good. One more deep breath. Fill your lungs completely full. And then exhale, release. Let tension go on your breath. Good. Go ahead and just release your arms to your sides. Shake them out a little bit. Cool. So next we're going to do a little bit of gentle twisting. So you can stay in your chair for this. Just take your sits bones back and wide so that you're really sitting on your sits bones and you can feel just the flesh. You can even exteriorly rotate your thighs so that you're sitting more on your bones than on your flesh, okay? And just find your comfortable seat there. Root down through your sits bones. Inhale, rise up through the crown of your head and sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, release them down. Inhale, sweep them up. And exhale them down. Inhaling up. And this time, as you exhale them down, take your left hand to your right knee and take your right hand back behind you. We're just going to take a gentle twist here, okay? So go ahead, root down through your sits bones. Rise up through the crown of your head. Each inhale, you'll grow taller. I'm going to pull my chair back a tiny bit. Pardon me. Okay, cool. So your sits bones back and wide. Little interior rotate. Good. Where were we? Inhale, grow tall through the crown of your head. And exhale, twist. Your hips stay right where they are. Good. Each inhale, you're growing taller. Each exhale, twist a little more deeply. Tiny movements. Good. Exhale, unwind, come through center. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. And exhale, right hand, left knee, gentle twist. So just grow tall on your inhale and exhale, twist. Good. One more nice deep breath. Grow tall, tall, tall. And exhale, twist. Good. And unwind. Good. Go ahead and just bring your hands to your heart center. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, release. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move the chair out of the way for now. And I think that with my ladies, I'd like to do some forward folding. And so I'm just going to go ahead and take it back to the mat. Even though you could do this seated in your chair, you could just fold forward. I want them to really be able to, and I want you too, to be able to really allow the length of your spine, allow gravity to take your spine long. So let's go ahead and take our legs just a little bit wider. Just a little bit wider than hip distance. We'll go ahead and sweep our arms overhead just to get long. Good. And then exhale, just fold forward. You can bend your knees. Really just hang. You can swing from side to side. This is just allowing blood flow to come to the head. It's taking some heat away from the heart, like the heart doesn't, the blood is just going to come from your heart to your head. It's an inversion. It's calming, cooling to your nervous system. Good. So from here, I am going to invite them and you forward into a pigeon pose. Pigeon, we hold a lot in our hips. And honestly, like, pigeon is one of the most helpful poses to me as I process through trauma or grief. But I'm wondering if it's appropriate for these gals. I feel like that would be where I would go next in my practice, would be into that hip opening pigeon. But I feel like for them and in this dress, and thank you so much for allowing me to practice this with you, And, you know, if you have any ideas for postures that might be helpful to these Syrian refugee women, just type it in, you know. I'm wearing this dress because they're going to be wearing dresses when I practice with them coming up this Saturday. So here we are in a forward fold. I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is, you know, I'm going to have them keep their chairs handy so that they can use them as props depending on their flexibility, you know, because from your forward, you know, from your forward fold here, it's nice and easy to just even take the chair and just allow the chair to be a prop for you and open up your back body in like a modified downward facing dog. So let's head there. Let's go into a modified down dog. And we're gonna hold this for a little while. Take long, deep breaths here. We're gonna hang out here for a couple of minutes. So find an expression of this that you're allowing the chair to take enough weight that you can hold it without it starting to feel awful, okay? But we're gonna open up our hearts and our shoulders and the backs of our legs and get some blood flow. Cool? You can hold on to it. Feel how calming that is to the nervous system? Can you feel it? Remembering to take deep, full breaths. Really feel your ribs expand as you inhale. Feel them drawing in as you exhale. Really let tension go out on the breath. Good. Let's go ahead and walk it up here. Go ahead and just bend your knees, straighten them. I'd like to do some more twisting and forward folding. Let's go ahead and take to our seat. We're going to do a gentle twist here. So let's take staff pose. So again, just like when you were sitting in your chair, take the flesh of your buttocks back and wide so you're sitting on your sits bones, not on the flesh of your buttocks. That's going to keep you grounded, rooted. Cool? So go ahead and take your hands right to your sides, right by your mat. Allow your spine to grow long. Good. Staff pose. Legs together like just one leg. Stay with your breath here. Growing taller on your inhales. Really rooting down on your exhales. Really feel the points of contact on the mat. Good. On your inhale, sweep your arms overhead. You can bring your hands together or separate. Your fingertips can be together or spread like rays of the sun. It's up to you. Inhale, grow tall, and exhale, release your hands to your sides. Good. One more nice deep breath up. And exhale your hands to your sides. Cool. Let's go ahead and inhale up and exhale, fold forward. You can either bring your hands to your thigh, your knee, your shin, your toes, wherever you are, okay? Inhale, growing tall, and exhale, folding forward. Find an expression that you can hold for a little bit, because we're going to hold this for, again, a couple of minutes. And while you're here, focus on your breath. These forward folds calming to your nervous system. You're tucking yourself in like a little seed. Your own little space, your space. You're safe, space. Growing tall on your inhales and just surrendering on your exhales. Feel the steadiness of the earth beneath you. Scanning your body for places that are gripping, breathing into those spots with tenderness, love. And just releasing on the exhale, just giving that over. When I'm teaching my Yahweh yoga classes, or for, just between you and me, I would say just give that to the Lord. Hand it to Him. In this context, I'm not going to be able to talk about the Lord. I'm not really going to be able to talk very much at all because I don't speak very much Arabic. So I'll be saying mostly inhale, exhale. Those are the best words of advice after follow Jesus I have for anybody anyway. Hi, I'm Shannon. Inhale, exhale, follow Jesus. Couple more breaths. Growing long and letting it go. Good. Inhale. Go ahead and walk yourself up again, all right? We're going to take a gentle twist. You know what? Let's see how far. I have to check time. I don't know how long we've been hanging out together. But it has to, I want to honor their time and your time. Let's see. Where are we? Well, it feels like it's been about 20 minutes. Is that right? Have we been together for about 20 minutes? Cool. All right, beautiful. Thank you. You're an angel. Mwah. Let's then go ahead and come to our backs, because if we had more time, then I would, and if you have more time, then I would invite you. If you had more time, if you've got more time to practice, then I'd invite you to, stay in your staff pose, take your legs long, and go ahead and bring your right leg in. Okay, we'll take a gentle twist here. Okay. And there's lots of variations for that twist. You can twist like using your arms like this for leverage, or take your elbow to the inside of your knee. But remember here, you're rooting down through your sits bones, rising up through the crown of your head, and opening your heart. Okay, you could stay in that for a while and then go ahead and switch to the other side. Like, I'm going to speed through this part. We'll just do a little bit of twisting. But if you really wanted to, I would juice these twists up. Cool. So let's go and exhale and release that. We'll swing our legs around and come into child's pose. And with your your knees, I'm going to lift my skirt up so that you can see. Your knees can either be together, knees together, or if you want, you can take your knees a little bit wider, or you can take them really, really wide. Okay? Just allowing your hips to reach for the wall behind you. Let your forehead press into your mat. And here, feeling for your breath, feeling your steady breath, your reliable breath. Feel your wings of your rib cage expand. You can take your arms back if you'd like. Good. Couple more breaths in child's pose. Good. Go ahead and just inhale, press yourself up. Keeping your left hand on your mat, take your right arm and thread it underneath for a twisting child's pose. Just feel the places in the body that started to talk back when you did that. If what we just did with the twisting doesn't feel good to you, twist right back out again and come back to child. Really feeling your inhale. Surrendering, softening on your exhale. Breathing in peace that surpasses understanding. Releasing anxiety and fear and shame and hopelessness. You are loved. Good. After you've been in this pose for a little, you'll start to feel more space up here. Maybe it's in your hips or your shoulders. Just notice the space that you're creating. Good. Go ahead and just on your next inhale, unwind that right arm, bring it forward onto your mat, and exhale, switch sides with your twist. Good. So just find your lines there. Arrange yourself in a way that feels good. And stay with your twist. Stay with your breath. Very good. Couple more nice deep breaths. Good. You can stay here as long as you want. In yin yoga, we hold poses anywhere between 5 and 7 minutes, so you can stay in this twist for a very long time. I'd encourage you to stay long enough that you get past the wall where your mind is chattering, saying, ooh, this feels weird or uncomfortable or scary. Like, if it starts to feel like scary, then back out and take child's. But remember that you're brave and that in these spaces, there's healing. And just continue to just hand it over on the breath, hand it over. Breathe in peace. And on your exhale, whatever it is that you know that you need to be releasing, release, release. And then you breathe in a little more courage and a little more strength and a little more healing. And then on your exhale, you let go, you let go, let go. So let's go ahead and unwind out of that twist. So as you unwind, you'll find yourself in child's. From child's pose, go ahead and just press yourself up into a comfortable seat. If it's comfortable for you to sit on your knees here, hero's pose, that is great. Or you can swing your chair back around and have a seat again. And we're just going to end like we started. Left hand on your belly, right hand on your heart. Stay with your breath.